video content of today's recording content. And there will be a Q&A session after the presentation. And the agenda of today will be, I will be introducing you the SME grant and all the details, how to get the grant and the eligibility. And then followed by Nero. Nero Wang is the guru of Copilot, and he's also customer success from Access Orange. And he will be demonstrating all the functionalities regarding Copilot. And then afterwards, there will be a QA session. So during the QA session, we will go through all the questions listed in the chat room. So feel free to leave your questions, drop your questions in the chat room. And should you have any questions, please hit us up and call us anytime if you want. So let's begin. So starting, maybe I will share some of the details of the grant. Let me see. Could you guys see my screen? Yes. Okay. Let's begin. The Access Orange, who we are the Microsoft Gold partner. We are the international company who can help you assist with all your needs. I think the content is a little bit, okay. The wording is a little bit off. So okay, I will send you the PDF file afterwards. And first of all, we have office in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and also Singapore. We are also a Singapore registered company. And other than that, we have international supporting team, which means we have staffs from around the world. And also we can dedicate it to your question, to your needs, just a click away or just a phone call away. And with Copilot, we have dedicated international Copilot customer success team who can guide you through the process. So how to apply for it? First of all, we need to go through the eligibility check. I'll go through that. What do you mean by eligible or not? And then we can sign the grant of the documents. We will run through the readiness assessment. And if you purchase the services from us regarding onboarding and training, and we are good to go. So on the right-hand side, there is some listed services offering by us. Copilot onboarding services and also work smarter with Copilot training. And if you're not sure if you are ready for Copilot or not, don't worry about it. We can run through the readiness assessment. So here are the list of the grant. So maybe you have all heard about the SME grant. SME means small and medium-sized enterprises listed in Singapore. So in order to be eligible, first of all, you can see if you are listed here, included like you are a local entity, and also your annual sales turnover is not exceeding 100 million dollars. And your group employment size is now over 200 workers. That means you are qualified as an SME for this grant. And if you are still having doubts, you can drop me an email or send me your ACRA, and I can help you check with Enterprise Singapore whether you are eligible for this grant or not. Then we can proceed. So the sign-up period is until November 14th this year, which means we have almost 3 months to go. And this is a one-time grant. There is no extension for this grant, and it is first come, first served. So if you're interested in getting the Copilot under the grant, you should sign up or reach us right away. And also, Access Orange are the assigned Microsoft assigned partner for this Microsoft Copilot SME grant project, which means we are assigned by Microsoft and also work with Singaporean government, including Enterprise Singapore and AI Singapore. And we can guide you and support you. And you don't have to prepare all the documentation or apply for the grant because the grant is being deducted upfront. How much for the price for the Copilot? the Copilot price originally was $30 per month, equivalent to 40 Sing dollar per month. And under grant is 50% off, which means after the grant is only 20 Sing dollar per month per license. Each license means one email account for the user. So you can decide how many users want to equip with Copilot. Say if you're still having doubts and you want to purchase maybe 1 or 2 or 3 licenses for your staff, you can do it. And afterwards, you can apply it again. How many times can you apply? Maximum is twice, so 2 times. You can buy maybe 1 or 2 licenses to see if it's actually useful. And after maybe 1 month, you can say, oh, I need to purchase more. How many for the maximum licenses under grant per SME is 50. So the 50% of Copilot licenses is capped with 50 supported licenses per SME, no matter how many employees you have. Say you have 150 employees, you can buy 50 licenses on the grant and add other 100 without the grant. And what type of documentation you need to provide in order to be to run for the project. First of all, let us know what you need and reply with a signed quotation. And then you have to fill out the field and sign declaration form, meaning the enterprise Singapore is the grant that you understand the process and you are eligible for the grant and you are responsible for the documentation you provided, because you are going to provide the copy of your ACRA. And the ACRA is ideally to be new, not older than 3 months. So then you're good to go. So all the documentation you need to provide to fit the grant is only field signed quotation, declaration form, sign and reply, and also the copy of ACRA. And the rest of the work will be done by us, Access Orange. So we have the info listed above. And should you have any questions, you can come to me after the meeting, or maybe drop me a question in the chat room. So that's a very brief introduction of the SME grant in a nutshell, and follow up with the functionality of Copilot. We want you to know how to utilize it to the maximum. So back to you, Nero.
Thank you. Thank you for joining this webinar today. For today's webinar, we're going to explore the function and some features of Microsoft 365 Copilot and how it can transform the way you work in your daily time. So imagine you have a digital assistant that not only understands your need, but also it can anticipate them, integrating seamlessly with the M365 apps you use every day. So there's a power of Copilot. It's not just about connecting the ChatGPT with M365, but also it can leverage the large language models with your data in your Microsoft Graph to turn your work into the most powerful productivity tool. So today we will dive into how Copilot for M365 can save your time, also increase your efficiency and help you focus on what truly matters. Whether it's drafting emails, creating presentation, or analyzing data, Copilot is here to elevate your work experience. So I think Chelsea should have already introduced our company background. We are Access Orange, a leading IT solution provider with a strong presence in Hong Kong, Singapore, and Taiwan. And we provide a lot of different services, including Microsoft License, Cloud, Azure, Security, and Teamzone, etc. Please get to us if you're interested about those services. All right, before I talk about the function of Copilot, let me briefly talk about the difference between the ChatGPT and Copilot. I believe most of you here should have heard about it, and some may already using the ChatGPT to help you solve some basic question. If you have any question, you can input to the ChatGPT chatbot, and it's like a chatbot that responds to your question. Well, the Copilot actually similar. It's another AI form of from Microsoft that they embed the ChatGPT function into their search engine. If you are using the Copilot in the free version, you should be able to use the Bing search to come up with some kind of solution like a ChatGPT. So what's the difference between the free version of Copilot and the difference between the paid version, which is we are going to dive into talk about that, is for the free version, the content can only create from the internet. But the paid version of Copilot is that you can now make use of your existing document and content that you already created and upload to your cloud that to make some personalized content and also help you to work in a more advanced way. So which means that you can now use those data to come up with an advanced solution rather than just from the internet. Okay. Let's see, is there any problem? All right, should be no problem there. All right, so for today's webinar, I'm going to demonstrate some key feature and function of Copilot that can make use in different applications from Microsoft, including the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams, which are also the tools that you use mainly for your daily work, right? All right, before we talk about the function and also the features of this in this application, I would like to share with you some of the results, some of the research from the internet also conducted by Microsoft saying that with the use of Copilot, it's actually saves you a lot of time in different areas, including meetings, email generation and replying, content generation, and also writing, etc. And for me, it actually daily take me like 1 to 2 hours per day and accumulated at 10 hours per weeks. That I think is a very powerful tool to increase efficiency and save up a lot of time from doing some repetitive and also some tasks that require your time consume a lot. All right, so let's dive into talking about the features and function. In Copilot, first of all, talking about Microsoft Word, what it can do is it can help you to create some content from zero. And also, it can help you to reference from different existing document from your cloud. If you upload it to your cloud, whether it's OneDrive or SharePoint, you can make use of those or existing content to create some desirable content based on your instruction and your topic. For Copilot in Excel, I think it's another powerful tool that you can make use of the Copilot in your Excel sheet that help you insert some kind of formula, bold, highlight some data, and also more importantly, it help you come up with the insights from the data sheet. So I will demonstrate this function one by one later with you. For Copilot in PowerPoint, it can help you to come up with a very pretty and professional presentation without your any input, just as a single sentence or just some simple wording instruction that it will come up with very pretty presentation with animation and also organized with a speaker speech as well. In Outlook, it's basic that we can ask Copilot to help us come up with a email template, whether it's from drafting an email or replying to customer or internal employees email. It's also able to do that. And it also can help you to summarize some lengthy and wordy email that you receive day by day. And it's easier for you to digest all the information rather than you need to spend time and energy on reading through all the email content. Last but not least, Copilot can also make use in our teams. I describe a Copilot in Teams is like an AI assistant that help you to solve a lot of different problems day by day, like and preparation for your coming meetings for next week or next month. What are the conversations between different parties, whether it's internal, external, and action item that you need your attention to focus on. These tasks and you can also make use of Copilot in Teams. Or maybe if you add some document that want to make some changes or compare to, you can ask Copilot to help you do some sort of task. And I will show you some real cases example for you to take a look that how powerful Copilot in Teams can help you save your time. And even Copilot can make use in Teams meeting as well. It helps you to recap the meeting notes or help you to list out all the meeting action item, who says what and what are the key points from each participant. You can also ask Copilot to do it for you, rather than asking for someone or some admin staff to sit in to drop your meeting notes. It usually come across the situation that the admin staff may not be really clear about the conversation from different parties, and it will just have some error for the meeting notes, right? And I'll show you this powerful function as well. Okay, so let me jump into my demo section, starting with the Microsoft Outlook first, maybe, because I think Outlook is the most accessible and also most common tool that we use every day for our communication, whether it's external or internally. All right, let me introduce the first function that if you have Copilot license enabled, there should be a summary by Copilot button on the top of each email you received. Like this one, I got an email, like an auto-generate email from the learning and development application. And we can ask Copilot to give me a summary based on the content of this email. Say, for example, you got a different inquiry or different particular a question from your client that are with lengthy email content. You can just ask Copilot to summarize for you to come up with some key points and key idea regarding to this email content, rather than you have to spend time on watching or screen or digesting all the email content. It will just list out some important point for you to take notes. So this is the first function. And second, the powerful function is we can ask Copilot to draft email for us. First, I need to open a new email in right here, the new email icon. All right. Then you will see that the Copilot button will be right here. And when I click on it, there should be two different functions that's available for me to use. The first function is draft with Copilot. When I click on it, it will just pop up a chat box. I can just insert my instruction to ask Copilot to generate the first draft for me. Let's say, for example, if I need to ask to remind my colleague Peter to prepare a sales data for the upcoming meeting next week, then I can just ask Copilot to generate for me. Generate reminding email to Peter, asking him to prepare the sales data to discuss for the next meeting. I can even click here, generation options, to further adjust the tone, like make it more direct, neutral, casual, or formal. For this one, I want to make it just formal, just casual should be good enough, and the length short should be good enough, because Peter is my colleague, then I think should be good enough to generate this. And click generate. It just take you like few seconds, and it will come up the first draft. Like this one, hi Peter, hope you have a good day. Just want to remind you prepare the sales data for next meeting. I need to analyze data and something like that. And if you want to make some changes, you can always press here to input your instruction further, or maybe just click here to edit your prompt, like make it longer, shorter, more formal, direct casual, or even make it like a poem is also possible. But right now, I think should be good enough. I want to keep it, and right, it's very easy, and you can also make some further modification for the word, right? Even the format already stitched on here. And the second function I want to introduce as well is the coaching by Copilot. So with this function, we can ask Copilot to give us some comment and feedback, whether this email writing is good enough, whether the recipient, they will receive the email with a good sentiment. I can ask Copilot to give me some comment and also some feedback, how I can better improve these email writings. And as you can see, just few seconds, it will come up 3 different perspectives with comments from the tone, reader sentiment, and clarity. And as you can see that the tone, it will give me some concrete suggestion for each sentence. Like this one, I just want to remind you. They will suggest me to kindly remind you rather than want to remind you. I think it's more polite. The tone will be change it more, improve a lot. And also the reader sentiment, it will just help me to analyze each sentence with the clarity as well. And I can ask again to generate this suggestion as well if I have another version. And for this time, I can just make some changes based on the recommendation or just keep this version. That should be enough. And I can just send it out. It's simple and easy, right? All right, so this is the first function, and I think it's the powerful and also basic that you can make use of your daily reply and also drafting email. Okay. Second, I want to introduce is the Microsoft Word. Let me open a new Word document right here. Sorry for the messy desktop because I don't have time to tidy up the document. But so this is the Word document with empty content. With Copilot license, and you will see there's a Copilot button right here, and also the top navigation bar, the right-hand side. Both are button words. Let me click on it, and you will see it pops up again, the chat box. Again, I can ask Copilot to generate some content from the internet or from your existing document that you have already uploaded to your cloud environment, the OneDrive and SharePoint. Let's say, for example, I got a KPI discussion internally with my different department about our progress as a customer success manager. We have some score on a discuss and I want to ask Copilot to generate a report for me based on the existing document I created last month. Then I can just key in the instruction, generate a KPI report for me based on click slash, and it will pop up some relevant files that are already on the cloud. And when you key in some keywords of your document, it will pop up your ideal document, which is this one, internal KPI. And I just click on it and generate. And Copilot will then spend time on reading through this document, the content, the word, whether it's relevant to the instruction that I input to the box, and it will come to a very organized and very professional content, right? With the some I score, some customer lifetime value, and also with the conclusion. And I can keep it, and also I can make some further modification. If I don't like it shows in paragraph format, I can ask to show in point form, or I can ask Copilot to search some content on the internet. Maybe give me some supporting points of view, some supporting document as well. I can also ask Copilot to make some changes here. For this time, I just want to keep it. And if you don't like this paragraph, I can even ask Copilot to change selectively to rewrite it. So we come to another version like this one with another meaning or similar meaning. You can keep changing until the version that is what you're looking for. I can replace it or I can just keep it. Okay, so this is the first function. For the second function, let me open this Copilot right here. Again, similar to the Outlook. For Outlook, we can ask Copilot to summarize our email, right? And in the Microsoft Word, we can also ask Copilot to summarize this document with different key points. For example, I can ask Copilot to summarize this document in five points. Then it will just help me to digest the whole content, rather than you need to spend time on reading those content. Like if you got a lot of different documents from your working partners and from internal or product information, you can ask Copilot to do it for you. And you can even ask specific questions, like say, can you provide more detailed information about certain area, and the area to improve also is possible, right? It will give you some guide in this chat box right here. And you can also click here, real prompts, to see for more prompts that you can ask Copilot to give you some ideas on how to understand or how to write this document in better ways. Okay, so this is the Microsoft Word. And for PowerPoint, again, I open the PowerPoint presentation. In the past, if you need to create a presentation, we need to like copy and paste from different source in internet or from our document, and then we have to find images and different area, right? But with Copilot, again, we can ask Copilot to generate something for us, whether it's from without any source of reference or with some document you have already created. It's also possible. Let's say I can ask Copilot to create a presentation about, let me think about a business solution in increasing work efficiency, and send it out without any reference document. It will generate something for me from the internet, from the data, from the online source, and just take a few seconds, maybe 10 or 20 seconds, and should be good enough for Copilot to generate some pretty and professional presentation deck for me. All right, it usually takes some time. If you have you select the second one, reference from existing document, it may take longer time. For this one, because I haven't referred to some documents, so it comes up that it just take a while and come up with this PowerPoint. And yes, you can see it got a presentation overview and also identifying the problems and challenges in the work efficiency, right? It's organized and also provide the solutions and introducing the solution features and implementation and even results. Yeah. And you will see that there's pretty images and also some point with animation. And more importantly, it also shows the speaker notes. And you do not need to spend time on coming up with your speaker notes, or maybe just make some adjustment. Then it's good to go, right? With conclusion. If you don't like the organization, the organization of this presentation, you can even click here, edit to reorganize this presentation. And you can add images, add single images in different slides. If you have any idea, or you want to change some format, like you want to add some bullet point, you can even ask Copilot to do it for you. Okay, so again, you can ask Copilot to create a presentation from an existing document. Let's say the example that I use for the KPI document. If you want to do some presentation internally, you can even ask Copilot to generate another version in PowerPoint format. So give it a little second. If pop that whether I want to replace the existing design, yes, please. It will help me screen my presentation and list out the main ideas of the document and also come up with the presentation shortly. And you see that it takes some time to generate, right? This one, and come agenda, KPI, also the success department, something like that, relevant to your document. It's very powerful and also easy to follow. And I think it is a very powerful tool for you to create the first draft rather than spending time on working on your own, because starting is sometimes the most difficult part, right? When you have something on your hand, make some adjustment will be easier. Okay, so this is the PowerPoint one. And also I want to introduce about the Excel in Copilot. All right, I've already created a few Excel document right here for my demonstration. Let me open this business expenses budget for investment Excel sheet. Oh, here you go. And you will see that here, the document right here, there is a different Excel data and Excel sheets right here. Expense variance, actual expenses, and also planned expenses. And you see a lot of different numbers with different title, like this one, office costs, different office lease, gas, different items as well. So what Copilot can do is I can ask Copilot to help me sort the data, input some formula to do some bold highlighting job, and also come up with in some insight from the data, that what is the prompt, what's the action item that need my focus. I can also ask Copilot to come up with me. So let me open the Copilot button right here, and I highlight the area that I want Copilot to work for me. For example, for this one office course, I want to ask Copilot to highlight the highest number, the highest row from this data. So I can just need to input my instruction, highlight the highest course, then send it out, and it will spend time on digesting the content of this area, these rows, to see what are the highest rows. Or maybe you can ask to selectively highlight a single value as well. That's the highest one. So you're just looking for data, and it will shows up that, oh, they come up with a suggestion for me that I can apply this formula. When I click apply, it will just show right here. Oh, and you can see this is the highest number from all of this area. For the office code, it doesn't count because it's the sum, right? The sum of the all items, right? So this is the higher, and you can ask Copilot to do it for you. And I also can ask Copilot to generate a chart for me, based on a pie chart, let's say, to describe this area. Just simply type in pie chart for me based on this wall, and it will come up a chart to show the details of this data. So it's spend time analyzing it. Okay, write this one. Okay, sort it out with this, but it seems that it's not a pie chart. But anyway, it can help me to come up with a table in here. But I tried before, it should be able to generate a pie chart. Let me do it again. Pie chart. And to see if a different response will come up. And one thing to remind that you usually have to keep maybe double input your different word of your instruction so they come up with different results. Like this one is able to come up with a better one. This is what I'm looking for, the pie table, pie chart for me. There's some glitch for me that it doesn't show the color, but it should be all right because it's color for this one, right? I think there's some technical, all right, it shows perfectly here. Okay. And the first function I want to show you is we can ask Copilot to come up with some insights based on this area. I just need to generate data insight, especially if you don't have any idea for the data or you don't want to spend time on understanding all the data, then you can ask Copilot to come up with some table analyzing some key findings from this data. For example, this one, since I do not have specific keywords, I just ask to generate data insights. So it comes up with a random data insight. And I can ask to see another insight, and it will keep popping up some relevant content to show to me. And I can just add all insight to grid. So that is a good way for you to list it out all the important findings for your presentation or for your analyze. It's also good and also easy. And it avoids the mistake that when you do it yourself, you usually need to spend time on finding all the button and also think about what are the good form of chart that is suitable for each rows of data, right? And I am not a professionally using Excel. I all the time need to spend time from the internet to find out the buttons and also to key in the formula. And I don't know the pivot chart table, and I can ask Copilot right now to do all the tasks for me. All right. So this is the Excel. And last but not least, let me show you the Copilot in Teams. If you have enabled your license in Copilot in Teams, and it will show right here. And you see right here, there's a Copilot chat that you can select. and also here, both works. And what we can ask Copilot to do in here is, as I mentioned, is Copilot is like a personal AI assistant, right? We can ask Copilot to screen through all the tools that we daily use, like our Teams, our channel message, our calendar, and also our email to see what are the action items that we need to follow up. And any conversation that is relevant to us, and then we can take action on it rather than doing all one by ourselves. So I can ask Copilot to, I have already created my prompt for me to show right here. As I want Copilot to summarize my email, some Teams messages, channel messages to come up with a table that easy for me to follow. And I just copy and paste to this area, and it will digest. It will just go to my mailbox, my Teams messages, channel messages to come up with a table, and also structure and organize table for me to follow up all the work I need to do. The type, the topic, the summarization, action item, follow up, and it's easy, right? And this email is about one by one section with different parties and different organizations, some demo section and channel message. Also sort it out for you, and you don't need to worry about what are the content from. And more importantly, if you are a person that are involved in a lot of different meetings, you can even ask Copilot to come up with a table to list it out all the meeting you need to join. It shows who will participate, who will not, and also what are the action item and what the content and topic that will be discussed during those meetings. And like this one, since I'm not having too many meetings for the coming days and week, so you just show tools and list out who will attend and who will even not attend. And I can even ask Copilot to provide more information specifically for each meeting as well. All right. On the other hand, we can ask Copilot to do some kind of advanced task, like I can ask Copilot to compare two different content, two different documents from just upload to the cloud. For example, imagine you are a HR manager. You need to hire an other, let's say, admin staff, and you got few different CVs already received from the internet. Instead of reading all the CV and select the better candidate by yourself, you can ask Copilot to do it for you. I need to hire an admin staff, and please select a better candidate for me. And then I can just press slash and just key in some keywords. Let's say I got my personal series, and also I got a demo series with Charlie Learn, and I can just send it out. And if you're multiple, more than 2, 3, 4, 5, you can even attach to it to ask Copilot to do it. Right? It will list out all the experience, skill, achievement, education, some competence, and do the comparison for you and select a better candidate. And yeah, and it just show up that I'm a better candidate for this position because of I have experience in something. So this is one of the function. And imagine you got a different document that I need to ask Copilot to compare or make some changes to spot the differences. It's also possible to do that. All right. And let me move on the last content, which is the Copilot function in the Teams meeting. And as I said, Copilot, we can ask Copilot to recap the whole meeting content for us. Let's say I just need to click Copilot here, and then I key in the recap, and it will come up the summary of this meeting. Who says what are the key points for each participant, and also the summary, what topic we have been discussing, and any results, any action item also listed here. And so here's the recap of the meeting. And since I think this meeting is basically Chelsea and me sharing the Copilot function and also the pricing, the information, something like that, and there should be no action item. And I can actually ask about the list action item, and it should come out an error message saying it's not able to list out something because there's no action item so far. And with this function, you can just save your time to take notes and ask Copilot to do it for you. It's already comprehensive and right here. Sorry, couldn't find any information you requested in this meeting transcript. Right, so this is purely the function cover for Copilot. But again, because the time limited today, I'm not be able to show you other Copilot functions that you can make use in Microsoft application, like let's say Microsoft Forms, Microsoft Designer, Microsoft Loops. Those are the very powerful working tool that help you to work in different areas. So Copilot is powerful and it can apply to different situations and scenario. And I believe most of you here should be coming from different professional, especially mainly from IT specialists. But if your company have different department, HR, marketing, sales, and finance, or maybe other admin, well, it's also applicable. And I'll just show you a few example and the price, I believe Chelsea have mentioned the price, and I think it's very, also it's very cost effective for you to take some trial to see it's a good way for you to increase your efficiency and work smarter. All right, so I think it should be cover all the content today. So let's move on to the Q&A section to see if any question or anything you want to know further about the Copilot. I will wait for your question in the chat box, or you can just unmute it to voice out your question if you have. Or can you go back to the free visit versus pay comparison? All right, I think should be
The previous page.
this one.
Yeah,
Previous one. Okay.
The price listed here is stated in US dollar, so it's $30 per month per user. So the you mean like GPT? People we can find the free version of Copilot via the Edge, the internet browser, right? So everybody can utilize the internet browser, but with Copilot for M365, Microsoft 365, it's embedded around the Microsoft 365 environment, which means like the Nero has already demoed through all the functionalities around Excel, PowerPoint, Copilot, and Outlook, etc. So it's totally different. And since there's no new questions, maybe I can share with some functionalities that I recently learned from other webinars or workshops. So yeah, Stephanie, you can type. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can it create pivot tables or macros?
Yes, it can create a pivot table if you have or you do have already some data existing in your Excel sheet. And macros, I'm not sure what is macros. Sorry that I'm not a person that use Excel all the time, so I may need to get to know.
Yeah, I want to add like yeah, maybe Stephanie, you can elaborate about the scenarios you want us to demo, so we can better show you the result that you want. But I want to add like for Excel, you don't have to be a guru using Excel. You don't have to know all the formulas. You just have to describe what you need from the content, and you can generate it for you. So that is the key point of utilizing. So equipped with Copilot, it can help you like save a lot of your time, and time is money, right? Okay. So maybe let me show you a little bit of the functionality, the differences between the web version and the enterprise version. I will share with you my screen. My desktop is also very messy. Sorry about that. So let's jump. And this is my Microsoft Edge. It's an internet browser. So I have logged into my Microsoft account. So you can see my sign over here. So I've checked to access Orange YouTube channel. Yes, we do have a YouTube channel, and we have uploaded most of our webinar or some many contents of the latest events we have launched so far. So I have jumped through my our webinar before, and you can see I have listed all the details of the video description, but I didn't generate it by myself. How did it being generated? I can use Copilot. So you can see here, it has the being listed over here. I check with Copilot and I click on generate the video insight for me. So you can see searching your video for information. This video content has highlights and from the time frame, doing this and that, like describing this capabilities and the QA session and the references through YouTube. But please check here, commercial data protection. That's the major differences between M365 Copilot and the web version, which means the free version is not being protected. And Microsoft has give customer promises, like they guarantee your data are being protected, and it is through like they are not using your data for training, but using GPT, maybe you feel like, oh, it's free version, I can just copy and paste and generate the content that I want. But keep in mind, if you're using confidential data, you don't want others to be trained with your data. Like if you're in R&D, you don't want your formula being copied by other competitors, right? So that's why we need the enterprise version of Copilot. And last but not least, it is being equipped and embedded to all the Microsoft application environment, which means it's all synchronized and linkaged. Like say, I recently won the ECRA of Access Orange of our company, but I didn't know where the file is. So I asked Copilot to do that. And it can find the data and also find the relevant files for me just within a couple of seconds. I can demo it to you. So I go to Copilot and I say, find me the, oh, by the way, I'm using Mandarin Chinese version because I'm from Taiwan. So I'm researching the usage here because Microsoft has launched multiple language version, so you can try it out. So you cannot use ChatGPT or Copilot web version to find your company data, right? But you can use this to find I'm using web version. So you check on the left is a Word version, on the right is the web version. So I said, find me Access Orange ECRA through the web version, but it finds me our company website. So I should go to the Word version to find me the file. So I use different functionality using Copilot daily. So I can guarantee it save me 10 minutes at least every day. So Copilot is a subscription with 1 year based. So it's a 1 year subscription, which means if you start activating your license today, it will be valid for the whole year. So see, I can find my company data over here, and even data with different years. So I don't have to like trouble my colleagues or find the actual file location. So you do not have to be familiar with your company data archive anymore. You just like equip with Copilot, it can save you a lot of time, and you can compare with give you summarize, and you can like write up articles or any meeting contents like within a couple of seconds. It will save you a whole lot of time. So it's very efficient, and it is a good investment from my point of view.
Hey, Chelsea, we got a question from Esther saying that each SME is allowed a maximum of 2 grant applications. Do the 2 applications need to be submitted during the sign-up period?
Yes. The sign-up period is until November 14th this year, which means it has to be submitted, all the files, before, November 14th. So I suggest you, if you want to try it out, you can drop me an email for further for further increase. I can generate the quotations for you. And as for the price, I can show you the content. Maybe I just use verbally, like it'll be easier to understand, because like I said, without grant it was 40 Sing dollar per month, and after grant it's 20 Sing dollars per month, and it is a 1-year subscription base. So 20 Sing dollar times 12 months, that's pretty much the amount of the Copilot for each person. So that's pretty much it's 284 with GST per person per license. So no matter how many licenses, it's just times how many users you want to use. So that's the Copilot for Copilot on after grant. But keep in mind, in order to equip with enterprise Copilot, you have to have M365 Business Basic at least. So maybe you purchase M365 Business license from other reseller, other distributor. It's all okay. We just we are the authorized assigned partner working with Singaporean government. So we from Access Orange point of view, we just want you to equip with Copilot, and we want to sell as many Copilot, and we want everybody to use AI tool as much as possible. That's what Singaporean government wants. That's why the grant has been released, because Singaporean government wants the whole country to be more competitive with other countries. So as much as as many of the SMEs equipped with Copilot, that means they are more efficient. They are more competitive compared with others without AI tools, like ideally speaking, right? So yeah, that's our point of view, and that's what we do. And we don't really generate much margin, to be honest. And the price is universal price, and absolute grant it is a very it's a very good investment, and it's worth it's really worthy to give it a try. And people may be having doubts about the security issue. Like I said, it is being guaranteed by Microsoft, and it is also being proved to be very safe, and your data is remain your data. It's a charge of 30% per user per month over the above the standard Microsoft, and over and above the standard Microsoft 365. The charge is Copilot is an add-on, so it is a add-on license above M365. Microsoft 365 is a cloud-based application, it's like a environment under Microsoft umbrella. So you can M365 is like a you see, like using M365, if you are equipped business license, I assume some of you are not using M365. M365 compared with our older Office version, Nero, correct me if I'm wrong. Compared with other older Office version, it is being equipped on the desktop. It is equipped in your hard drive. It is not on the cloud, but M365, Microsoft 365, it is cloud-based, which means you log into your Microsoft account, no matter where you are. Your documentations are always synced. You can co-work with your colleagues, and you don't have to retrieve data from your old hard drive, from your old archive. And M365 plus Copilot, it is even better. It is like a booster of M365, which means, like I've demoed, like I don't have to find the actual file. I just ask Copilot to find it for you. I don't have to draft any content. I just ask Copilot to draft it for me. So it is very functional. It is very powerful AI tool. So I hope that answers your question, SK. Any other questions?
Yeah, we got another final question. I think is a charge of 30 per user per month over and above the standard Microsoft 365?
I thought I have already covered that question. Yeah, I meant like 30 per user is $30 per user per month. So it is a subscription base and it's equipped with 1 year minimum. So it's being charged every year. It's like Netflix subscription, but it's being counted every year. So no matter, like say if you already have M365, it is a subscription base for Excel, PowerPoint, and extra, like etc. Right? So maybe we go to Microsoft website to see the subscription of the M365 to make you better understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty much about the content covered today.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for coming to this webinar.
Really? Oh, okay.
Anything wanna add?
You mean me? Could you
Yeah,
hear me?
or any or if any question from others as well.
Right. Ether. And Stephanie is also typing. Let's wait a
Okay.
little bit. Okay. Any ideas if this is a yearly grant? It is a yearly grant, and it was no, sorry. It's a 6 months based grant. So the grant for the SME Copilot project was starting from May 14th, 2024 until November 14th, 2024. And we have like a series of meetings with Enterprise Singapore, and we haven't got any information of the second year grant project yet. So it is a one-time window until November 14th. Who can we contact directly for more info? I will send you more info after this meeting of the recap and also the slides about the Microsoft grant. I'm attaching my contact info in the chat room. Need to do an annual subscription. Annual. So it will be 1 year at least. Keys. So it's 1 year subscription based. No matter it's for Copilot or for M365. And you can drop me an email or send me a Teams chat or like hit me up with any kind of social channel. Okay. So if we hire an additional person after December, can we add them in? Or yeah, in December, unfortunately, it would be back to the normal price, which means $30 per month. So times 12 months would be like, yeah.
But the
So original
Copilot
price.
is
Yes, you go.
transferable, right? The account is transferable, right? Which means you can like
Correct.
purchase, say,
Yeah.
10 license first, and then you can transfer to
Right.
new joiner.
Yeah. So say I'm using Copilot and I'm moving away to United States for a certain reason for another 6 months. And my subscription, my Copilot license can be transferred to Nero for the following 6 months. And when I'm back from United States, I can give it like I can get it back. Like it's a concept like that. So it can be transferred. Yes. So without grant, the total price per year is $486, included GST. But after grant, it's only 243. So if you are interested in equipped with Copilot, and just give me a message. So yeah, thank you, Nero. You can Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining this webinar. Is there any last question? Maybe is that typing? And those Stephanie. Okay, thank you, Stephanie.
Our pleasure. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all
Thank
for
you.
joining in. Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, and Jeannie. Thank you.